Hey YouTube, this is Alice at Wonderland Speaks, and I'm coming to you today to give you my Ozempic journey update. Uh, it's exciting. It's an exciting time for me. I want to thank everyone for checking out my channel. For those of you who are new, uh, at this time, uh, my channel focuses on weight loss, lifestyle, commentary, food, of course, I do some cooking as well as some instruction. So I want to give you an update. I don't want to take up too much of your time. And again, please like, subscribe, and click the notification bell so that you will know when I'm putting out content. Earlier today, I did download several videos. The other day, I took my vehicle in for service, just routine service, all under warranty, just, oil change and filter and fluids and that kind of stuff. So while I was there, I made several shorts and I put them out one at a time as opposed to putting them out all at once. I would say over the span of a week, I put out maybe 6, 7, something like that. But the point is, they're all under a minute, so it's not a lot of time. But I hope you'll go back and watch those, as well as hit the like, share, please comment, and subscribe. Please subscribe. So, as I stated, I have some notes here so that I can I work better from the right. Okay. I stated this before, I think in my last update, where I document everything on my calendar. We're in the month of March. And so what I do is twice a week, I will document my weight. And once a week, of course, I give myself a shot. My shots I do on Friday. You want to keep that schedule very disciplined as far as when you give yourself a shot. That's very important. Those 3 things, I may not be as disciplined about other things, but those 3 things I am very disciplined about doing those things on time the way they need to be done. So I want to give you an update, but I also wanted to share with you, I don't want you to believe that, because all my videos, they're just in reference to my Ozempic journey. They have all been, I've got all this great news and everything's going great, no problems, and that would not be true. That absolutely is not the truth. I would say since I was in the hospital at the beginning of the year, and I would say since then, I've had a lot of difficulty staying on track. I think it's really messing with my head. I came out of the hospital. I know while I was in there, I kept trying to figure out, first of all, I was angry. I was very angry because I was in the hospital and I didn't know why. I just knew I was so sick, but I was still very angry about it. So here I am. This is the end of March, because this is March 31st. Tomorrow is April Fool's. And I just wanted some answers. I had a doctor's appointment this week as well. Everything is looking good as well as it can look. I had some concerns. I'm going to share with you. As I said, I tried my very best to give full disclosure so that you know what's going on with me, and that I don't paint myself into this image of someone who has all the answers and all I'm doing is barking at you. That's not my intent at all. I have just as many problems and challenges as everybody else. How we choose to deal with things is, I think, the uh, I think it's what how things add up, how you choose to deal with them. Of course, I've had a lot longer than a lot of us out there because of my age. But what I've noticed in these past 2 years since the pandemic is I've noticed uh, very, very, I can't even spit it out. But I need to step back so that you can actually see me. I will say there actually has been a lot going on with me. But this video is about my update on where I'm at in my Ozempic journey. Yes, when I started out, I was 235, and that was in May of last year. So as of today, I am at week, I didn't write it down. Did I move the calendar? Okay, I'm at week 49. That's where I'm at. Week 49 on my journey. Okay, so as I said, I've had so many challenges. When I came home, there was two things I wanted to achieve. I wanted to eat everything that I felt I had deprived myself of, which I had no idea what that was because I wasn't depriving myself, but that's where my head was. I didn't know. So I came home from the hospital very weak. And what did I want to eat? I literally came home and went online and just ordered a bunch of crap. I ordered Chinese food. I ate McDonald's. I ate Burger King. I ate KFC, that chicken sandwich. Let's see, what else did I have? What else did I have? I think that was it. So for about 3 or 4 days, that's what I ate. But what I noticed, the day after I came home from the hospital, I was extremely bloated. And again, along with being in the hospital, I didn't understand that. I didn't know what had happened, what caused it. I didn't necessarily get answers for that. I still don't have the answers for that. And that's very frustrating. But the point is, I was extremely bloated. It was as if somebody stuck what do you call those pumps to blow me up. And of course that's frightening because I'm like, well, what now? And I couldn't move around. I was in extreme pain. It was that kind of pain like I could feel it, but I couldn't. It was like I was half numb. It was like I had no feeling, but I felt half numb. I know it makes no sense. So whenever I would walk or try to step, it felt, you know how a part of your body can like fall asleep or get numb and then it starts to come back to life and it has that funny feeling. That's how I felt from the waist down. And I don't know. I just know I was very frustrated and I didn't know what to do about any of it. So I wound up going to urgent care and they couldn't help me. They couldn't help me. He wanted to suggest some things. He said, well, I can send you out for an x-ray. I said, but we know insurance won't cover the actual test that needs to be done until you go through all these steps. Oh, I'm very much aware. I wanted him to know. I said, and my challenge is I've had all these discussions with my doctors. And so that's what makes this so frustrating for me is that I shouldn't even be in here with you. They should be addressing this. So we went around and around. The point is, the next week, I went in to see the doctor. This was just last week. Or was it this week? Tuesday. I go to the doctor. We go over my labs because I'm real disciplined about when I do labs, us looking over them, making comparisons. anything that's red flag that I need to address. I will say with these labs, my cholesterol was high, and that's not normal. So, of course, immediately I made changes. I mean, literally that day, I made the changes I needed to make that I felt would affect my cholesterol. Uh, Other than that, my blood pressure has been sporadic. Um, I would say maybe about 6 or 8 months, maybe a little longer. I guess I would say the past year. My blood pressure, I've always had a problem with it being low. I've never had a problem with high blood pressure. I've had a problem with low blood pressure. For me, uh, it has always been a red flag, making me aware that something's about to happen. That's what my blood pressure being low has always represented. And this is no exception. Uh, right now, my blood pressure is stable. It's stable. When I went to the doctor, it was 109. So that's pretty good. Me normally, I'm usually around 116, but still, I'm in that range. They don't get alarmed unless it's below 100. When I was in the hospital, it stayed below 100. It was like 80, 85. They couldn't get it stabilized, but I'm not going to go there. I'm excited. I am. I may not seem like it, but I am very excited because in spite of me not being where maybe I thought I should be in this process, I am still moving forward. I want to, let's see. As I stated, this is my 49th week. And as I stated also, I've had some challenges in this process. And I recognize some adjustments that possibly I need to make because, as I mentioned a few minutes ago, coming out of the hospital, I was just kind of off the rails, so to speak, for me, off the rails, and doing things I know that I shouldn't have been doing as far as what I mentioned that I ate, which is fast food. I never eat fast food. I never eat fast food. But that's something I was doing, and I didn't even like it. I didn't even like it. But I did it just to be, I guess, defiant. I don't know. But the point is, I've documented some of my challenges that I've had over the past 2 months, which was I'm gonna make adjustments in food intake, which I just mentioned, so that I can get back on track. And I also noticed that I have been thinking about food more. I mean, when this process started, or even up until a month or so ago, I never even thought about food. At the end of my day, when I'm assessing in my brain before I go to sleep, I would think, kind of think about, well, how the day went and what did I eat? And I noticed here lately, I'm thinking about food a lot. And that's unusual, and that concerns me. So when I went in the doctor the other day, I shared with her. I said, I don't know what's going on. All of a sudden, I'm thinking about food all the time. And I wasn't doing that. In addition to, I have this appetite. I'm eating all the time. And it's real extreme. And if you're eating and you're thinking about food, you're going to gain weight. So these past 2 months, I've been zigzagging. Yeah, and that's scary. That's very scary. So, as I stated, my appetite increased. I was wanting to eat all the time, or it seemed like it. So, when I started this process, it's never about me getting to a specific weight. It's only been about me being healthy, whatever that means. And I don't know. When all this started, I had so many issues with my back, and as time goes on, my condition, it only deteriorates. There's no cure for this. My spine is literally twisted. It's called scoliosis, and if you're not familiar with it, it's where your spine will either curve to the right, or it'll curve to the left. Or it could be an S curve. In my case, my spine curves to the left. I don't know if you can see it. When I went to the doctor, she said she could tell right away. But what I had noticed most of all was here I have a bone that sticks out. I mean, the bone literally is not sticking out of the skin, but before 6 or 8 months ago, my waist was just a regular waist. And two, I know the fact that I am losing weight, these things are even more noticeable. But so you can't see it, but you can kinda, but it's right here. That's a bone right there. And it's protruding out, which means that, as we discussed the other day when I went to the doctor, because my frame has shifted, what has happened is it's doing this. So I no longer walk upright and straight. I walk tilted. And these things happen and you don't even realize they're happening. You don't even realize it. You don't know what's happening. I happen to look in the mirror and I see I look crooked. I look crooked. That's what I said to myself. So here I am today, and I want you to see before, and of course I was younger, because I've had success, major success with weight loss when I did bariatric surgery, and I got down to 145. But here I'm older, and of course, my health issues that have been diagnosed are not going to get any better. So, of course, it's more important that I lose as much weight as much as I possibly can to be to manage my pain. So that's what this is about. That's all this is about. So when I said initially, when I did my first update or my first introduction, saying to you that I'm going to start this journey, I didn't have a goal. I still don't have a goal. I don't have like, oh, I want to be at 150. No, I don't have that, because when I look at myself, I still don't see me the way that I am, even though I put on clothes and I know the size of the clothes and I have to look back and forth and that can't be that size, because in my brain, I still see something else. And see, that's the brain is very tricky when it comes to stuff like that. We see something else. Oftentimes, we never see what other people see. We never see. I was looking at the notes on my file online. You know how you can go on, register, and you have access to your chart. And I was seeing where the doctor documented that my weight loss was really noticeable now. So, okay, that's what she said. But as I stated getting control, because this shot is not the cure. It's not going to fix everything. I still have to do the work. I still have to be disciplined. In addition to the shot curbing my appetite, I still have to have that will to want to do it. I still have to have that no matter what. And that's one of the major differences, if I can't stress anything enough, between bariatric and Ozempic. Ozempic, I have control. I feel like I'm in control of this if I eat, even though in reality I'm not, because that shot is controlling a lot of things. But I feel like in my mind that I have some control here. Unlike with bariatric, and I had bypass. I didn't have a sleeve. I had bypass. Um, with bariatric gastric bypass surgery, once the surgery was done, you can't reverse it. It changes you on the inside. You can't go back. Once they went in and rearranged things, that's forever. I continue to make adjustments, and it's been more than 20 years. But I gained most of that weight back. And they proved that when you have bariatric surgery compared to Ozempic, there is more success. That is why insurance is covering it, because people are having more success with this than we ever did with bariatric surgery. I know in my life, more than 20 years of dealing with this, that there has been nothing, and I literally have searched everywhere. There's been nothing that I've been able to do that helped me at all. That's why these are such extreme measures to allow a surgeon to go in and make adjustments in my body so that I'm not able to. I can't even if I want to. And that's what it's like when you have bypass. Even if you want to, you can't. The sleeve is different. I know several people who had that sleeve, and this is just my opinion. I think they've given that surgery to a lot of people who should not have gotten it. I don't believe their heads were in the right place. I think they thought they were going to come out and they were going to be different. And no, your brain still wanted it. It still wanted it. I remember when I was in the hospital, because I was in the hospital for 5 days when I had bypass, and all I could do was smell food. They had all this stuff hooked up to me. I couldn't do anything because I was cut. You see that? That's my bypass scar. That's what that is. And they go in and do what they do, and when you come out, you're on liquids. And some would say, well, it's like that with the sleeve. Yeah, but it's different, because when with bypass, before I left the hospital, I had lost 25 pounds. I was so weak when I came home. I was so weak. But the thing is, I made all those preparations based on my research and what the doctors had told me how to prepare myself when I came home. But when I came home, I couldn't eat anything. I literally could. I wanted it. My appetite was still there. See, that's what I'm focusing on here. With the shots, I don't want it. See, that makes me feel like I'm in control. Unlike bypass, I still wanted it. And my mind would tell me I wanted it. And I would be out and a reflex would tell me. I'd stop through a drive-through and pick something up without even thinking about it. And then as soon as I would take a bite, my brain would switch and say, fool, you can't eat this. And I would have to spit it out. And you would say, well, why wouldn't you just go ahead and finish chewing? Because I couldn't swallow it. See? And to this day, I still have trouble with some foods that I can't eat. They will come right back up. Like, for example, soft bread. I can't eat soft bread. I don't care what it is. I can't eat it. It has to be a little hard. And that doesn't sound like it makes sense, but that's the way it is. Because what happens is it gets stuck. So, that's just the way. Like I said, it's been more than 20 years. So one would say, well, you should be used to it. I am to a point, but I'm thankful for where I'm at now in my journey. I also want to mention that for some people who are not aware of this, that when you start this process of Ozempic once you start with the shots, and I saw a girl's video the other day saying that she had been off the shots for a year and she was doing an update. And I thought to myself, I wonder how was she able to do that? But she was a young woman. And I think, okay, there's nothing for me to say. There's nothing for me to say in reference to that. There's nothing I can or would, because everybody's situation is different. But what I understand in this process is that once I started with these shots, that would be for the rest of my life. And you might say, oh my God, I don't want to do something like that for the rest of my life. You know what I thought about this morning? As I was laying in bed thinking about getting up, I thought to myself, I hear these people talking about, I don't want to take shots for the rest of my life. Well, you know what? When I think about my challenges of dealing with my weight, my whole entire, I would like to say my adult life, but this started even before I was an adult. When I was a teenager, when I was puberty, that's when all this started for me. So for me to say, oh, I'm going to solve my problem and then I'm done, this problem will never be solved. I will deal with my weight the rest of my life. I'm 67. And I'm not saying that because I'm 67. I'm saying to you that once you start down this road, you will. Just like if you had bariatric, that's forever. This is forever. For me, this is a very small price to pay. For me to get to a weight where I feel manageable, where I don't have to go in the doctor. You know how you can go to the doctor. They love saying you're overweight and you need to lose weight. They love using that. And I'm not saying that they're not right sometimes, but they use it for everything. And that's frustrating. But this was such a major challenge for me this time when I got so sick, and I had never been sick like that. And I said, oh my God, I got to do something. What am I going to do? I talked it over with my doctor, and I had heard about this, and we, that's how I got on this track. And as I said, and I will continue to say it, I thank God every day for Ozempic. So I want to show you what's up. Now you can go back and look at some of my other videos last year this time and my size. So it's not like, where can I see that? And I know a lot of people who are certainly a lot more savvy than me, they're able to put up the side by sides. But those of you who have followed me, you know how much I struggle with all this technology. It's a major challenge for me. So I'm saying to you, if you could take a few moments, you can go back and look at my earlier videos, even just from last year, and you can see how much bigger I was compared to where I'm at now. So, and I know I said in one of my videos that I was not going to buy any clothes until I got to my goal weight. That's not really realistic, because I started down this path, and now I have addictive behavior. I started, we all on YouTube saw all these YouTubers doing these Temu hauls. So there I went. I thought I would go on, and now I'm in this rabbit hole, and every time I turn around, I'm placing an order. And am I saying I can't stop myself? Every week I say, this is it. I'm not going to do it anymore. But I think I'm kind of getting there, because I really, I needed a new wardrobe. I wanted to get some exercise wear, clothes to work out in. I do not, and I've said this before, I don't have on any, I've never been one of those girls who like being confined in any way. I don't have on any control tops or briefers or whatever you call those things. I don't even own any of that stuff. This is just me. These workout pants, they have control top in them. I think most of them that they make now come like that. So that's good. But as far as me having on something else that's going to do, no, I don't have on anything. This is something that, as you can see, it's got pockets. This is something that I bought recently, workout wear. How much more weight? I don't know. Now I'm at a size, it depends. A lot of my tops are size small. I notice like tank tops and blouses that I've been buying because my top, let me go ahead and do this. Okay, my weight is 159.6. Now, that is a total of, where did I put that? I've lost 76 pounds. That's my total. My weight today is 159.6. My measurements, my bust area is 37. My waist is 28.5. My hip area, meaning here, that's the first one, because I do two measurements in the hip area. That is here, which is the widest part of my butt, and then measure again here, where you get that, where you curve at. Measure there, and you measure here. So the first one, which I call high, I'm 44. And the low one, which is in the curve area, I'm 40. So now my total inches, and I mentioned this before, sometimes you won't lose weight, but you'll lose inches. My total inches that I have lost to date is 30.5 inches. That's total overall, 30.5 inches all over my body. And of course, the biggest, I've lost a total of 24 inches just down here. 24 inches. And the rest is up in here. I didn't do too much here. I think a total of just 2 inches up here. And in my waist, I've lost 4.5 inches. Waist is 28. My waist, see, when I had gastric bypass and I lost all that weight, there was no overlay here. There was no back fat like you see here. I didn't have any of that. My back was always the first indicator for me when I was gaining or losing weight. But this time, as you can see, look at that. I still have a lot. Now some would say, what are you talking about? And my BMI is 29.1. Now, that started out at 39. So that's major. Of course, the more you lose weight, the more that's going to come down. And that's body mass index. Okay, so I've covered my weight, my measurements, my total weight loss, my total measurements, and my total BMI. So that covers all that. I also want to mention in my update, because of my concern, and I mentioned that to you that I've been doing all this shopping now. I've been primarily shopping in 3 areas, 2 online. Temu, how many? I've placed maybe 7 or 8 orders. Yeah, 7 or 8 orders through Temu. I had 1 order through Shein, and the rest is Goodwill, which, as I mentioned earlier, I was at Goodwill today. I initially was just going in there to get my money, and I wind up giving them the wrong receipt. So I'm still going to have to go back when I feel like it and get my discount that they didn't give me. So to summarize, and as I stated, please like, subscribe, and click the notification bell so that you can stay up on when I'm going to put out another video. I have covered, I got some other goals down here talking about what I would like to do in the coming, with the rest of the year. I'm looking to move, but I'm not quite sure exactly when. You know, maybe in a few months. I've got some things that I'm working on or trying to work on or trying to get processed. Also, going back to work, I want to discuss that because there's some things moving in that direction as well. The difference, which I have discussed with some others, I said, before when I worked, work is out of necessity. I said, but for me, now that I'm retired, there's a different state of mind. Now I don't have to. Now, because of what I've learned about myself these past 2 years, is one of the main things is it's not very healthy for me to be idle. I'm not an idle person. My brain is always spinning. And I enjoy working. The difference is it's great when you don't have to. So you have a whole different take on it. And when you make people aware of that I don't have to be here, it kind of changes their approach. When they want to come at you. No, I don't have to. I thank God. I don't. So with all that said, I've given you my update. I hope that this has been helpful for you because it's certainly helpful for me. I know based on my comments that I'm reaching some people. Again, I'm always trying to build my channel and grow. And I still am optimistic that one day I'm going to look at my analytics and I'm going to have all these subscribers. That's what I'm hoping. So with that in mind, so that you can see, I hope you can see all this. I did all this shopping, and I did a video showing my first Temu haul, and I did a video showing me returning. Because for me, when I'm shopping, it's just as important for me to know about the customer service as well as what is their return policy. And we don't know a lot about Temu yet. It's still brand new for all of us. So I felt it was very important for me to put that video out. I will say this. It's been a very smooth process thus far. The one thing I don't like about them compared to others is that they want a photo. Yeah, they want a photo. Now, compared to Amazon or anybody else, usually somebody will ask you, and it's optional for you to explain why. This company, they have like a list of reasons that you can choose from. And they want a photo. So that's a little annoying. But other than that, compared to Amazon, once it's in the system, like once I drop it off at UPS or the post office, once I drop it off, it's immediately in the system and they give me a credit. So right now I got a credit of $100 because I sent some crap back. And they also have like these, what do you call them? I'm going to call it blue light special every day. It's almost like, how could I describe this? It's almost like, I don't know if any of you, but Kmart and what was that other store years ago? I can't remember. Used to have this blue light. They call it blue light special. And, you know, you're in the store and you hear this. And so that meant they were getting ready to have a special or a sale, you know. So I noticed with Temu, they do it every day. So you kind of just have to keep watching to see. And yesterday, I'm on the website because, of course, I got 2 or 3, I don't know how many orders that are still shipping or whatever. They're not here yet. But, and I've got at least 2 or 3 that I have not shown, that I have not done a try on for. I've been so busy. I haven't been able to get to it, but I am going to because I got some great items. Not a whole lot of items. I may just do one. I don't know how I'm going to do that. But the point is, they had these jogging suits. And here, for some reason, we have not gotten our temperature yet. We're still cold. I know not compared to other parts of the country, but it's still kind of cold. If you're up in the morning or in the middle of the night when the temperature levels out, it's been cold. We've had 40 degrees, 50 degrees, and in the mountains it gets even 10 degrees colder. So a jogging suit, sweatsuit, you know, I like hoods, would be perfect. And they had them for $7.88, not in all the colors. But so there I go. I ordered 3, 1 in each color. But see, with me in my process, I'm like, oh wow, I'm still looking at measurements because on their site they give you a production measurement and I can't remember what it's called, but they have 2 there that can show you the actual dimensions of the item versus your size measurement. And I look at both to see what it'll say. The measurements are up here. Because when I first ordered a blouse, I got a medium. But then when I went and looked at their measurements for that blouse, it was really big. So I had to go back and order it in a small. And I have one of those blouses here. And it fits perfect. It's a small. Who knew all this would be small? But it is. Because as I've stated before, I am top heavy. And that's so funny because growing up and even as a young adult, even in my 40s, I didn't have all this. I never had a big top. I went through all my 20s, 30s, and even my 40s. And I was a 34, 36. That was it. Technically, that's still true. Because now, because I bought some bras recently, I'm still at 34. But see, as I've stated before, that number represents the width. That has nothing to do with this. This is an alphabet. And now my cup size is, oh my God. When I bought these bras, my cup is H. H, I, J, K. You know, we got 26 alphabets. So, yeah, that's what all this is, you know. So I'm rambling. Thank God I didn't go over an hour, but I want to thank all of you who have stuck around so that you could hear from beginning to end. Now, as I stated, all this was stuff that I have gotten recently because I didn't have it. I love hoodies of this material. that zip. You know, it doesn't have to, but I like it when they do. And this is one that I recently got from the Goodwill. All of this came from Goodwill. This is a medium. This hoodie is a medium. I like the color. That was the attraction for me. The color as well as the material, and that it had a zipper. And this is Express. And this is, what size is this? See that? You see that? Small. So, and to remember, it always depends on the material, the cut. You know, there are all these factors that determine if that, because I'm not sitting here saying I can wear small and everything, because that would be a lie. No, that's not true. And smalls come in different sizes, like everything else. This particular top also, as you can see, it's a little snug. This is a small. These, let's see. I really like these. I like the way they, and I found several pair. I think I got like 8 pair in different colors and what have you. And they're not all the same brand, but I'm looking for a specific design. And they have that control top, and they're all like practically brand new, because I did get them at Goodwill. But I've never seen this kind that has the belt inside that's not hanging out, but you have the option to see that? You have the option to pull the string if you need to. So it'll adjust with you. So I really like that. And it has, you know, it's snug around the ankles. So that's good also. So anyway, enough about me with my try on and the size of what I'm wearing right now. So that's where I'm at. I'm at 159 point, whatever I said it was, 159. And I'm not going to sit here and say, well, my goal weight is, I don't have a goal weight. I'll tell you what, I got an outfit that I got from the Goodwill today. And I don't know if I can wear it, but that's okay. When I get to the weight I think will work, because the jacket, I'm going to try this on. Then I'm going to end this video. This is a suit. I love suits. I like the detail of this. You see, it still got Goodwill tags on it. This was half off day. No, this isn't half off. Well, yeah, I think they did like 40% for seniors. So even though this was $12.99, because it's a suit, it's $12.99 for the 2 pieces, but it's half off. So this suit was $6.99. You see, it has some detail. I like when stuff has detail. Has little buttons, you know, it's got the high collar. And oh, I'm missing a button. So I'm going to have to, there may be a button inside. Oftentimes with suit jackets, they'll have an extra button on the inside. I don't know, because this stuff is still in the bag. I haven't even taken it out. Now, of course, this is something that will go to the cleaners. But I wanted to show you, and yeah, I wanted to show you. And I want you to see what size this is. It's a nice suit. And who is this by? I don't know, because I'm not a brand person. But you see that? I don't know brands. I don't care about that. I just look at quality. This is a size 6. So, anyway, yeah, you can see, you know, it's got a nice lining in it. I don't see that extra button that you look for. But anyway, I like the color. I liked everything about it. Yeah. So the other option I can do with that, I can take it to a seamstress and do something different with some of the other buttons that are on it so that I can have a button down there. I gotta have a button down there. And not only that, it can't button yet. See? So I know that I can. But the sleeves are fine. There's no problem there, as you can see. Sleeves are good. The length is good. Yeah. So, yeah, I'll be... no, it doesn't have... Does it? Sometimes these have pockets and people don't open them up. I don't think they know you can. But anyway, enough about my ramblings. Again, thank you, thank you, thank you. This is Alice at Wonderland Speaks. Please like, subscribe, click the notification bell, and come along on this journey and share and comment. Leave me your comments. You got any questions? I'll be glad to answer them. I might not get back right away to you, but I will answer your questions. So please just have a great evening, and I got some more content that I got to put out because I'm getting behind. So again, thank you guys.